right, so picture this. Two huge Bollywood movies, both coming out on the same day.
Oh, wow.
Talk about a box office showdown, right?
Right.
Singham Again with Ajay Dove. And then you've got Bhool Bhulaiyaa 3 with Kartik Aaryan.
Yeah.
Big stars, big movies.
Yeah.
We're going to take a deep dive today into this article from Bollywood Hungama
Okay.
that really breaks down what happened when these two movies went head to head. It's like a detective story for the movie business.
Okay.
You know?
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. What's so interesting to me about this is the ripple effect. So a clash isn't just who makes more money, but it's how many screens each film gets.
Right.
How much tickets cost, how audiences feel about the films. It's a whole kind of cascade.
It's a whole ecosystem. Yeah, exactly.
It is.
So, okay, before we get into the numbers and all the nitty-gritty, let's make sure everyone's on the same page. So, Singham, again, that's like your classic action-packed cop story. All right. Ajay Devgan. And then you've got Bhool Bhulaiyaa 3, which is horror comedy.
Very different there.
Totally different genres.
Yeah.
They both chose Diwali weekend to release, which is like one of the biggest holidays in India.
And the stakes are high.
Huge.
Yeah. Bollywood is no stranger to big releases going head to head.
Right.
But this one had everybody talking.
Yeah.
Because of the star power.
Of course.
A holiday weekend.
Yeah.
It was huge.
And there were some big predictions too. Trade analyst Atul Mohan figured Singham Again could have pulled in like 55 crore rupees if it had a solo release.
Wow.
That's a lot of rupees.
That's a lot.
Bhool Bhulaiyaa 3, not far behind, maybe just under 50 crore rupees. That's just for opening weekend.
Wow. And for those unfamiliar with Bollywood box office lingo, a crore is 10 million.
Yeah.
So we're talking big numbers here.
Huge numbers.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Most experts think releasing on the same day costs both films a big chunk of that potential money.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So Taryn Adarsh, another top trade analyst, estimates they each missed out on about 25 to 30% because of this clash.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah. He even tells this story about an exhibitor. So that's the person that actually runs the theater in North India, who was turning away confused people because they weren't even sure which movie was playing where.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Can you imagine? You're all excited for Singham Again, and you end up in Bhool Bhulaiyaa 3.
That's exactly the logistical mess that this clash creates. It's not just about choosing one or the other, but it's genuine confusion,
Yeah.
which can really frustrate a potential viewer.
Of course. And when people get frustrated, they might just say, you know what? I'll just wait. It'll come to streaming. I'm good.
Absolutely. Stay home.
And that means less money for the producers and distributors, right? Girish Johar, he's a producer and film business analyst, backs up Taryn Adarsh's estimate. He also figures about a 30% loss for both films. So is it safe to say, so far, that this clash was not a good thing financially?
Well, not everyone agrees. Akshaye Rathi, who owns several theaters, and he also distributes films.
Okay.
He offers a different take.
Okay, so this is where it gets juicy.
Yes.
What's his angle?
He thinks all the hype, the FOMO,
The FOMO.
the fear of missing out.
I love FOMO.
Yeah.
Actually, it might have helped both movies.
Oh, okay.
Even if theaters weren't totally packed every single show,
Yep.
all that buzz, all that energy surrounding the clash itself might have drawn in more people.
Oh, so instead of competing against each other, they kind of accidentally teamed up
Exactly.
to get people excited to go to the movies.
Precisely.
Okay.
Becomes this big event that's happening.
Right.
Yeah.
And it could lead to more tickets sold overall, even if neither film reached its full potential.
Right.
But the article also mentioned something about the ticket prices being really high.
Yes.
Wouldn't that scare some people away?
It would, even with all the hype.
Yes, and, Atul Mohan, who we mentioned before, he wasn't too happy about that.
Sorry?
Especially in Patna. Some tickets were going for 450 rupees.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Even for Diwali. That's a lot.
That's a lot to ask someone to spend.
Yeah.
And he thinks those high prices, they could actually hurt the films in the long run.
Right.
Especially for families who might be more budget conscious.
Right. So it's a trade-off.
It is.
Do you make a ton of money right away?
Yes.
Or do you kind of keep the momentum going for weeks and weeks and weeks?
Yeah, which is more important, the short-term win.
Yeah.
Or the long-term game, right?
It makes you wonder, did the high ticket prices actually help or hurt? Did anyone benefit from, charging that much?
Well, that's the million-dollar question. And it's tough to say for sure.
Right.
Mohan suggested a tiered pricing strategy could have been a good idea. So, charging less for shows earlier in the day or during the week.
Okay, so kind of like how airlines have different fare classes, right?
Exactly.
So that way, people who are on a budget can still see the movie.
Yes.
And the theaters are still making money.
Everyone wins.
Everyone wins.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm curious. Did both of these films still do well, like at the box office?
They did. Both managed to cross that 100 crore rupee mark in just 3 days.
Wow.
But whether that's because of the clash or in spite of the clash,
Right,
is still up for debate.
So even though they both hit that magic number,
Right.
we're still trying to figure out, did they leave money on the table?
Yes, exactly. It's like,
It's a puzzle.
it's a puzzle with a lot of missing pieces.
Yeah, it's complicated, but that's what makes it fun to unpack, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay.
Each producer is like playing this high-stakes game of chess, trying to figure out what the other movies are going to do when they release.
And it's not just about that opening weekend, though, right? You think about like streaming and merchandise. A movie that stays popular for months and months, it's more in the long run.
Absolutely. A big opening weekend is great bragging rights.
Sure.
But it's that long-term success that matters.
Yeah.
And that's where this clash gets even more interesting because both Singham Again and Bhool Bhulaiyaa 3 hit that 100 crore rupee mark.
Yeah.
But could they have made even more if they had just chosen different release dates?
It's the question, isn't it?
It is the question.
Every producer in Bollywood's got to be thinking of this.
Absolutely.
Do you go big? Do you go splashy? Even if you're sharing the spotlight? Or do you play it safe and hope solo means bigger profits later?
Right.
It's a gamble either way.
Huge gamble.
There's no easy answer.
No.
It's fascinating how this connects back to like you, the viewer. Think about your movie habits. Did you see either of these movies? I did. I actually saw Bhool Bhulaiyaa 3 on a weeknight, and it was still pretty packed.
Wow.
Not opening weekend crowded,
Right.
but a good turnout for sure.
That's a great example of how the buzz from a clash can kind of keep people coming even after that initial hype.
Yeah.
It kind of supports Akshaye's theory, right?
Yeah.
That the clash maybe helped both films.
But it does.
But it makes me wonder,
Yeah.
if they had released on different weekends, would you have seen both?
Good question. It's hard to say I'm a big Kartik Aaryan fan.
Okay.
I probably would have seen Bhool Bhulaiyaa 3 no matter what.
Yeah.
But maybe knowing I had more time, you know, might have made me more likely to check out Singham Again too.
Exactly. Release timing can influence not just how many people see a film, but their mindset going in.
Oh, interesting.
Did they feel pressured to see one right away because of the clash?
Right.
Did they miss out because tickets were sold out?
Yeah.
All these factors, they can affect a film's performance.
What about the movies that aren't part of the clash, though? It seems like those smaller releases, they just get totally buried when you have two giants like this going head to head.
Yeah, it's like a black hole. Yeah.
The gravitational pull of a massive clash sucks all the attention away from everything else.
Right.
It's a real concern for filmmakers trying to get their movies noticed, especially if they don't have big stars or huge marketing budgets.
So it's not just about the two movies involved,
Right.
It's the impact on the whole industry.
It is.
It's like a chain reaction.
A chain reaction, absolutely. This entire situation, the clash, the hype, the debates about winners and losers, it gives us a look into this complex world of Bollywood.
It really does.
It's not just entertainment.
Yeah.
It's strategy risk, understanding the audience.
We've talked about the experts' opinions, the wins, the losses, the impact on the industry. But what does this all mean for like the average person listening to this right now?
What's the takeaway?
What's the takeaway?
I'd say the big takeaway is every choice you make as a moviegoer, every ticket, every review you share, it contributes to a film's success or failure.
Wow.
You're part of this ecosystem too.
It's like we're all casting votes with our wallet.
Well, they're deciding what lives and what dies.
You are exactly. This clash raises a really interesting question for our listener.
Okay.
Imagine you're a producer with a big film ready to go.
Okay.
Would you risk a box office clash with another major release?
Ooh.
Or would you play it safe and try for a solo release date?
What would you do? Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
There are so many factors. Would you prioritize making the most money possible on opening weekend, even if it means splitting the audience? Or would you be more interested in a longer, steadier run, hoping to build word of mouth and attract viewers over time?
So it's like choosing between a sprint and a marathon.
It is, exactly. And the right answer depends on so many things. The type of film, the target audience, even the overall mood of the country. There's no magic formula.
Right.
But by understanding these forces at play, you can make a more informed decision.
It's like we're all part of this giant puzzle.
We are.
By understanding how the pieces fit together, we can appreciate the bigger picture. Absolutely. And who knows, maybe one day you'll be the one making these decisions, shaping the future of Bollywood cinema.
This isn't just a Bollywood thing, though, is it?
No, not at all.
Doesn't the same release date drama happen in Hollywood, too?
All the time.
Okay.
Think about those summer blockbusters or, awards season.
Right.
Everyone's trying to find that perfect release window.
You could have the best movie ever. But if it comes out when 5 other huge movies come out, no one will even know about it.
Exactly. That's why understanding the market and the audience so crucial.
A well-timed release can really make or break it.
It can.
So the next time you're scrolling through movie listings or trying to figure out what to watch on streaming, take a second to think about the bigger picture. What else is out there? What's generating buzz? How might the release date have influenced what you're seeing or not seeing?
Right. It's like a fun little mental exercise.
It is.
It can actually deepen your appreciation for both the art and the business of filmmaking.
I love that we've learned so much from this deep dive into the Bollywood box office clash.
Me too.
It's been so fascinating to hear those different viewpoints from the experts, weigh the potential gains and losses. See how this one event can affect this whole film ecosystem.
It's amazing, right?
It really is.
And I think most importantly, we've given our listener a new perspective on their role in all this.
You're not just watching.
You're participating.
You're an active participant. Yeah.
You are shaping the future of cinema.
Wow.
Every ticket you buy.
Right.
Every conversation you have about a movie.
It matters.
It all matters.
So next time you see a movie poster or hear about a new release, remember there's this whole world
there is
of strategy and decisions. And
but we're peeking behind the curtain. We see all the gears turning and all the risks being taken and the passion that goes into bringing these stories to life.
Absolutely. And, and
maybe one day you'll be the one calling the shots, deciding what films get made and when they come out.
That's a story I'd love to see unfold.
Me too.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep